previously on the road to Overland.
Right there. Slow. One little piece at a time. Right now, my wheel.
Oh, stop.
So far, Coppinger Cove has been a battle at every turn, but it turned out we hadn't even gotten started.
This is bad. Yeah, this is bad one. Wow. Have a spare?
Believe it or not, 6 hours into our first day, we weren't even halfway through the cove. By this point, Jason had a sidewall blowout after facing a difficult obstacle. Luckily, he had a spare, and it was a quick fix. After getting Jason back up and running and a quick lunch, we were back on the trail, ready to face whatever lay ahead. Now, if you watched part 1, I said the mud in the cove isn't a constant like it is some places in the southeast, but it is still dangerous if you're not careful. This is a prime example. Big washed out mud pits, thick, sloppy mud, making it nearly impossible to get through without the right line and a good amount of traction.
You almost have no choice. That puts you into some ruts, so just take it easy.
Unfortunately, we found out just how nasty this mud can get. While trying the high line, Chris's FJ became stuck in one of the worst mud pits in this section.
Oh, look at that.
Wheels and tires caked with mud, we had no choice but to winch him through the entire section to get him to where he could get traction again.
Robert, go ahead and get in. Get into it.
Oh.
That's satisfying watching that below.
Just a little bit past.
You know, I'd never recommend going somewhere like Coppinger Cove without a few well-built rigs, but this is still a great reminder as to why a winch and proper recovery gear is an absolute must when you go out.
You never drop with your phone in the wheel.
Jason, did he hit his kid? Did he hit his kid?
200 more yards.
It's the last obstacle.
These shelf roads, if you can call them that, they litter the cove. It's hard to tell from the video, but this is actually about 100-foot high, very, very steep angle drop down into the river, making this little diff tickler obstacle all the more challenging.
Try to back up. Hold your wheel right there. Just maybe a little more pads right there. Come on. Right there. Slow. 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 Start. Slow. You're okay. Slow. You're okay. Here comes your back. Probably gonna try to sling you. There it is. There you go. Hold on. Slow. Slow. Hold on.
Get him fun yet?
Slow. Ride the brake. Come on. Driver.
You know, Sean, we won't need Onyx or Guy to get.
He's got the beans.
As we pressed further into Coppinger Cove, we started getting closer and closer to sunset. We reached a point where we'd have to decide either to hold for the night a little earlier than we wanted to, or press on further into the night.
Just do it. We go around this rock and drop into a hole over there. The one behind. The only negative bit to this, honestly, actually, go for tonight, is this camp. This camp here, it would mean that a lot of the hard stuff would be during the day, tomorrow, not at night, like it's gonna be. That backtracking we had to do that we've already done, it's got to hit, it's gonna be dark. Once we hit, there's a slight challenging obstacle up here. It would be during the day, but by the time we drop back to this cave and we come out of it, and we drop back in, it's going to be dark and you can see the waterfall. It will be dark. And we probably get to the cave at like 11. Or you can camp here, relax, rest up, and then try to tackle that loop tomorrow, the rest of it is like that. Tomorrow would be a approach as well, but it's close to the end, so Sunday we can get out. Or you can backtrack out of here and continue.
After some quick discussion with the team, we made a judgment call. Push on. This decision would quickly be met with more unexpected challenges.
Big tree.
Big tree.
Oh, shit.
Down trees so far had been a small obstacle with our saw, but this was way worse. Several trees together had come down, completely blocking the road. We were left with two options: spend what little valuable daylight time we had left cutting our way through, or find a bypass.
Scout truck.
Try and take down that little tree.
Luckily for us, the river ran adjacent to the road and we were able to get back on track in no time. Not so luckily, just a little bit more trouble lie just a few hundred feet ahead. Not just another down tree, but a whole root ball had tumbled down the hill. Someone had cut the tree up and tried to move it, but unfortunately the heavy waterlogged wood was just too much to move by hand, and there was no good winch points to drag it out. We would need to find another bypass. Once we were back on land, we were greeted with more and more trees down. At this point, we were starting to wonder if someone didn't want us going any further up the trail. More than likely, it was just a bad storm that rolled through the area, but there were tons of trees down for about a quarter-mile section of the trail, making it increasingly difficult for us to navigate.
Here's another one. Boy, I'm almost taking this as a sign.
Almighty, when you was like, show me a sign. Here's your sign.
There you go. You're good. You're out of it.
Got all the mud off our truck. Chris found the best line.
I was gonna say that's probably the smartest line I've seen all day.
Right, and then hooked in.
Finally, after the 4th or 5th bypass due to downed trees, we were in the clear to roll down the trail. Well, almost.
Keep going straight. All right. Straight. Straight.
All the way up the wall.
After a long day on the trail, almost 9 hours at this point, we hit our biggest challenge yet.
When we get up here to the waterfall, which I'm approaching, get out, come on.
Alright. I'll call it a triaxle.
I need my passenger tire to bite into this rock right here. And if that's too narrow, then I need my passenger tire to bite into this rock.
This waterfall is not for the faint of heart. About a 10 to 15 foot total climb with up to 3 foot tall steps, a proper line, and a well-built truck are absolute must-haves.
Cut hard passenger, hard passenger.
This is the kind of obstacle where a good team with solid spotters is an absolute lifesaver. But sometimes, no matter how good your rig and your spotters are, you just need to pull winch and drag yourself up.
More passengers right there. All right, roll. Hold your wheel. Back here. One driver. Helping it a little bit. Driver, there, hold it. Here we go, you're up. Driver. Driver. Here we go. There you go. Come on. Passenger. Here we go.
Straighten up. Come on. Little passenger. Come on up. There it is. Come on. Come back, passenger. There you go. That's good. All right, get ready to bump.
Amazingly, not far from one of the worst obstacles in the cove, the road smooths out and you even hit a little bit of pavement for a short time before you drop back down. Coming back into the cove, we had to pass through what was endearingly termed the mud maze. One of the worst and most rutted out muddy sections of the area. We hit it just as darkness closed in. In spite of all the difficulties to get this far, even as darkness set in, Coppinger Cove always took time to remind us of its natural beauty. But even with all that beauty, we still had to backtrack a small section of rough trail to get to our camp for the night. After over 15 hours on the trail, we finally made it to camp for the night, right in front of one of the largest caves in the cove. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little eerie at this campsite.
Wow.
Somebody's built all this up? I mean, this is like heavy equipment shit.
Next time on the road to Overland.
That doesn't look fun.